Well, folks, I've had this channel for like about a year. I've been avoiding this topic. What topic is that? You know, there's actually only one genuine mystery that exists. That's all there is. There's actually only one genuine mystery that exists. And why is this specific mystery so different than any other mystery? With everything that we call mysterious, it's just simply because science hasn't figured out the mechanism of how it works, so we have no explanation for it. So when we don't understand the mechanism of how something works, it seems mysterious to us. But once we understand how it works, it's like, well, yeah, that's how it works. It's not mysterious at all. It makes complete logical sense. Well, this does that, and then this converts into that, and then you have this, and then there you go. Mystery solved. But what is the only mystery that will bring everyone down to their knees, crying and going completely demented? So you probably think, well, who would go demented over this mystery, Tony? What sort of mystery is this that would actually make you go demented? Because you would think there's some mysteries that really smart people, really brilliant people are not really mystified by it, because if someone's really smart, you know how some people, like, let's say, well, that person's really not that educated, so they're wondering, like, I wonder how this works, and some really smart guy's like, oh, you're adorable, I can explain to you how it works, it's not that mysterious. But what is something that's so mysterious that even brilliant minds will literally go demented? They'll just crawl, they'll like basically go into a ball and go senile. And you think, what brilliant mind will go senile over this mystery? I once read a story about Albert Einstein, because everyone knows Albert Einstein, everyone admires Albert Einstein, but during Albert Einstein's time, he was not the only one who was a very respected, brilliant person. He had a lot of colleagues that were also brilliant. A lot of people around him that were very brilliant people. And the story goes that a lot of the Albert Einstein's colleagues, they wanted to solve the ultimate problem. They were very ambitious. They were smart and they were very ambitious. What is this ultimate problem that they wanted to solve that ultimately made them go senile? That's the story. The story is that a lot of the colleagues that were around Albert Einstein during his time actually went demented. Thinking, Tony, come on, that's over dramatic. No, the story is that they actually went senile and demented. You think, what mystery could make a smart person go demented? Well, there's only one. There's actually only one legitimate mystery that will never be solved. And you're probably thinking, Tony, that's pretty ballsy of you to say something will never be solved. But there's actually only one mystery that will never be solved, ever, in all of existence. Because it's not a matter of like, science hasn't caught up to it yet. Because with every other mystery, it's really just a matter of time. Like, when we develop the science to understand the mechanism of how it works. But there's only one mystery that no amount of time will ever make this mystery go away. It's just the mystery of existence itself. That's it. That's the only genuine mystery. Existence itself. Because it's the only thing that will never make rational sense. Because everything that we consider mysterious, it seems magical, mysterious, because we just don't understand the mechanism. But once, so this turns into that, and then it's not mysterious anymore after you understand the mechanisms. But how do you figure out the mechanisms of nonsense to make it seem. So how do you take something completely irrational and turn it into rational? That's existence. It can never make sense. It will never make sense. If you live this earth life, and then when you're older and you die, and you're gone forever, there's no afterlife, your consciousness doesn't live on, at least you will be able to be gone and be at peace. Because let me tell you, if your awareness lives on, and you realize you're some sort of immortal soul that lives forever, enjoy that agony for the rest of your existence, this mystery of your own existence that will never make sense to you. Ever. It'll never, ever, ever make sense. Because it's completely irrational. Existence is magical, irrational nonsense. And that's the irony of the whole religion versus science debate. Because they both rely on one magical, nonsensical event to happen. Religion calls that thing God. God magically was just... Religion says God magically came into existence, or he was just magically always there. That's the problem with existence. Both scenarios are completely nonsense. Because the reality, existence, just is. That's it. You know, existence just is. You can't, that's not a mathematical equation. That's not a scientific equation. The way things work is you get that and that and that, and then you calculate this and then you have that. There's math and science doesn't work with, how does this, it just is. It just is will never make rational sense. Just won't. So your intellect will never make rational sense of your own existence. So your only hope to not go completely demented is either to just let it go. Just be like, there's no point in pondering that because for the obvious reasons, right? That's your only hope. Or two, get rid of your intellect. So if there's an afterlife and your awareness lives on, maybe you can hope that you're aware, you have awareness, but your intellect is kind of gone. Almost like you turn into this childlike innocence. You know, like when you see a kid and they're like a little kid and they're playing innocently, that's not somebody who's living in intellect. They're just living in a moment of joy. So maybe the afterlife, you're living in that innocent moment of joy where you don't have that intellect to literally make you go demented. Because the second you think about it with your intellect, you will literally go demented because there will never be a rational explanation, a satisfying rational explanation. There'll just never be, right? And that's the irony between religion and science, because in religion, they're like a magical God popped out of nowhere, or he just always existed. And what does science tell you? Science tells you everything is rational. I can't believe you guys talk about this magical God. That's what makes me laugh about science when people are really smug. They're like, oh, your magical God that popped into existence out of nowhere. Or your magical God was just always there. That's laughable. Yeah, about as laughable as what's the scientific explanation? At some point, either something had to magically come out of nothing, or two, something was just always there. Both answers are nonsense. Oh, there was just always something. You know, string theory, quantum fluctuations. Oh, yeah, just whatever nonsense you come up with. Something either had to come out of nothing magically, or it was just always there. Those two things are completely irrational. Something having always been there, whether it's God or some special particle that created everything else, nonsense. That will never make rational sense, ever. In all of eternity, that will never make rational sense. And the idea of something just magically popping into existence will also never make because it's magic, right? Something doesn't magically pop into existence. That's irrational. That'll never make rational sense, right? So those are the only two options. Either something was always there, religion says it's God, and science maybe will say some sort of special particle that's always existed, or some sort of special something something had to have always existed, or something magically. They're all nonsense. Both options are complete nonsense. That's why it'll never, ever, ever make rational sense. Because existence is absolutely magical nonsense. And science loves to be really smug. They're like, well, the reason we don't know the mystery of existence yet is because we just need a bit more time. What the hell do you think you need more time for? What do you think you will figure out where you think, well, that's a satisfying answer? Yeah, imagine a billion years into the future. A billion years into the future, you're the most advanced race in the universe. You know every mystery that you can ever possibly imagine. You would still be in the same dilemma with this mystery of existence, because the only two things you would ever discover is either one, there was just something always there, or two, something just magically came. That's it. And they're both absolute nonsense. Magic. Irrational, impossible magic. And that's your existence. Your existence at the fundamental core is magical, impossible nonsense. Everything else within existence is completely rational. It just seems mysterious because we don't understand the mechanism of it. But once science catches up to it, it's like, well, that's how that works, so it's not really that mysterious. But existence itself is absolute nonsense. So as long as you have an intellect, it'll make you go demented to actually think about existence, because it's impossible, magical nonsense. And if you're religious and you think, oh yeah, but now I'll meet God one day and he'll tell me what's up. If you met God, this God who sees everything, and you say, God, wow, it's amazing talking to you. By the way, I just have one question for you. Who created you? If he created us, who created you? God would just be like, I don't know. I've just always been here. I have no idea. I don't remember a time when I wasn't here. What else would you get? What satisfying answer do you think you would get? Nothing. All this God would say is like, I don't know, just always been here. I don't remember a time when I wasn't here. Sorry, can't help you. You're never going to get a satisfying answer from religion, and you're never going to get a satisfying answer from science, because the only conclusions are magical nonsense. God tells you, I don't know, I was just always here. I have no idea who created me. And science will just say, well, there was just something magically here, but let's just ignore it. Actually, you know what? In fact, no, there wasn't something just magically here. Something just magically came out of nowhere. There's no rational explanation. There will never be a satisfying, rational explanation for your intellect to comprehend. So that's why I said your only hope is if you can somehow let go of that and be in that childlike state of just enjoying the moments without letting your intellect take over, because you will just go demented. So there you go. That's the only genuine mystery that will never be solved. Existence itself. And that's it. So have a great day, guys, and I hope I don't spur on any sort of premature dementia. I wish you the best. And like I said, if you can live in that childlike innocence where you just enjoy the moments and not think about it, that's might be the only way to free yourself from that insanity. And that's it. Have a good day, guys. Bye.